News at 5:30 starts right now.
We begin tonight with the latest on that brush fire out at Joint Base San Antonio Camp Bullis, which has chewed through more than 2,000 acres in just the past 24 hours. Crews tonight still working to put out that wildfire. At last check, they had it about 50% contained. John Paul Barajas has been out near the scene all afternoon for us. He joins us now live. John Paul.
Tim, just after this press conference at 4 o'clock, early this morning, they were reporting that it was 4,000 acres that were burned through. After some help from the daylight, some aerial views and GPS mapping, they scaled that number back to 2,800 acres burned. And as you mentioned, 50% containment right now. And as at this moment, there are no injuries and no damages to any surrounding structures. And a previous evacuation recommendation for roughly 150 people in Comal County has been lifted, although it is unknown how many people actually left their homes. As for the cause of the fire, that is still under investigation, but we're told it started on the demolition range training grounds and trainings had been conducted. As for the specifics on the trainings, they did not answer because this is an active investigation.
At this point in time, we can tell you that the source of the fire happened during a training evolution that was being conducted on the field.
Right now, there's about 80 firefighters still working this, and they believe they can. This project is going to be ongoing for the next 24 to 48 hours. Tonight on Night Beat, we'll have more on how the crews are working to get this all under control. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you very much, John Paul. Meanwhile, weather conditions out there, Katie, continue to be ideal for these types of fires to happen.
Yes, dry ground because of our drought situation. Lower humidity. The humidity started to come up today, but we still had a gusty south wind in place today, and that certainly didn't make things any easier for those firefighters working to continue to contain this fire. Thankfully, it is contained. The main issue we're likely to see over the next 24 to 48 hours until this fire is out completely is the smoke plume. Now, as we head into the evening hours, winds will become a bit more southeasterly, and that could steer the plume a little bit more to the west, such that it's kind of hugging I-10. So east of Bernie, east of Fair Oaks Ranch, east of Leon Springs. So keep that in mind this evening if you're in far northern Bexar County into parts of Kendall and even Comal County as we get into the evening. As we get into tomorrow, south wind returns and areas north of the fire could continue to see some smoke tomorrow and until the fire is out completely. We've got a few more days coming up this week with gusty winds. Wind gusts could be as high as about 25 to 30 miles per hour for the next several days, with lighter winds returning by the end of the week. So we've got a lot more to talk about in the forecast, including some low chances of showers and storms over the next couple of days. More on that to get you ready for the week ahead coming up in just a little bit. Tim.
Thank you, Katie. Meanwhile, taking a look at other stories happening today. A fire downtown early this morning causing an entire building to collapse. San Antonio Fire Department says it started around 3:30 this morning on Culebra Road and Colorado Street. Take a look. Crews say when they arrived, that building was fully engulfed in flames. They tried to stop it from spreading, but that building ultimately collapsed. It's now deemed a complete loss. Nobody inside at the time. Unfortunately, no injuries were reported. One more fire to tell you about here. All roads open again following a fire in Comfort early this morning that forced them to be shut down. The Burning Fire Department saying several people were trapped by that fire at one point. US 87 between FM 473 and Front Street were closed for almost 3 hours. It's unclear tonight whether there were any injuries as a result of this, but we are told all the fires were put out and that scene was cleared just about 1 o'clock this afternoon. With COVID-19 cases rising in some parts of the country, Dr. Anthony Fauci says every American must continue to assess the risk for themselves. The cases being fueled by that highly contagious BA2 Omicron subvariant. At least 21 states and territories seeing new infections climb 10% in the past week. 14 states and Washington, D.C. are seeing modest upticks in hospital admissions. The White House stressing the importance of getting vaccinated and boosted. The war in Ukraine is moving east as Russian forces attack cities like Kharkiv and Mariupol. Ukrainian leaders urging civilians there to leave. ABC's Phil Liphoff tonight with the details.
Russian air assaults continue to hammer cities all across Ukraine, particularly in the east. Missiles raining down on Odessa, Kharkiv, and Mariupol. New satellite images show columns of Russian vehicles heading to the east.
Pulling out of Kiev doesn't mean that the war is over. They just changed the strategy. The fights in the east and the south of the country are still going.
In Kramatorsk, shell-shocked after a deadly missile strike on the city's train station that was packed with women and children trying to leave Ukraine. Ukrainian President Zelensky warning this war is bigger than Ukraine, that Russia is attacking Europe itself and all it stands for. That warning following a visit to Kyiv by UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the two leaders walking through the streets.
I think that the Ukrainians have shown the courage of a lion, but you, Volodymyr, have given the roar of that lion.
There is mounting evidence of Russian atrocities. In Makariv, 132 bodies discovered, described by Ukraine's defense ministry as tormented. In Bucha, the Ukrainian Prosecutor General's office says at least 67 bodies were exhumed from this mass grave. But Russia has denied targeting civilians. The EU pledged $1 billion during the Global Citizen Stand Up for Ukraine event in Warsaw. That event raising nearly $11 billion in total. Phil Lipoff, ABC News, New York.
As that war continues in Ukraine, teachers here in San Antonio trying to find ways to talk to students about the difficult subject matter. With social media apps like TikTok and Instagram Reels, students are able to see people live in Ukraine or in Russia. It's history that's unfolding in front of them right on their smartphones. A teacher here at Jefferson High School making sure the information they are seeing is accurate. Since the war started, Mrs. Bonner says she's been getting a lot of questions from her students.
I felt it was very important to discuss the issue in Ukraine because it's happening in real time. As a history teacher,
other San Antonio districts taking similar approaches on that conversation with their students. Northeast ISD is one of them. Coming up tonight on the Night Beat, we'll have the full story about all of this, including hearing from a woman who has fled Mariupol. We'll have that for you tonight on the Night Beat. Meanwhile, many San Antonio cyclists taking a spin on a course designed by experienced Tour de France experts. Starting in Northwest San Antonio, find out where they ended up after the break.
This Fiesta Flashback is powered by the Silverado and your local San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
They represent Fiesta with their beauty and Texan grace. They're the queens of Fiesta, and it all started with Ida Archer of Austin. Selected in 1896, she became Fiesta's very first queen. She didn't wear a jeweled crown, though. It wasn't until 1899 that the first crown was gifted by jeweler Eli Hertzberg. Traditionally, queens serve only 1 year. However, one queen did serve from 1904 to 1906. Then in 1909, John Carrington founded the Order of the Alamo. One of Fiesta's oldest organizations, the Order of the Alamo joined the party with a special purpose: to oversee the selection of the Fiesta Queen and her court. The Queen's Court includes a princess, 12 duchesses from San Antonio, and 12 duchesses from out of town. This royalty is featured in Fiesta's major parades, adorned in spectacular handmade dresses, and of course, showing their shoes.
It was a big day for the cycling community here in the San Antonio area. Today, the Tour de France event rolling on. L'Etape San Antonio by the Tour de France, part of a worldwide amateur cycling series with both a racing and riding option. The start and finish of the race in Northwest San Antonio. The course headed west into the Texas Hill Country. The event, one of the first ever Tour de France sanctioned race events here in the United States. Great weather for that, Katie, but boy, we sure need some rain.
Yes, we do need some rain. And coming up, I'm going to talk to you about the chances of rain we have in the forecast for Monday and Tuesday. Unfortunately, it's nothing to get too excited about, and I'll walk you through the setup and tell you why coming up here in a few minutes. Outside with live cam, more cloud cover around today. I'll tell you why that is as well coming up after the break. But first, let's check on the aquifer. It is up 0.4 of a foot today to 649.2. And in your pollen count, a few more allergens showed up today. Oak is still high, the highest count we've had so far this season. Molds are moderate. Hackberry, grass, and mulberry are all low today. We'll be right back.
We desperately need rain. We can't say it enough. We're seeing the problems and those conditions continuing today. We'll see them again later this week, Katie.
Yes, we've got another day that I've highlighted for a higher fire danger concern. That will be Wednesday, with humidity tanking again and then gusty winds returning. Humidity is actually on the way up today, and we've got a couple muggy days ahead before it drops again Wednesday. Let's look outside. Some changes already from yesterday. More cloud cover, and you may already also notice some higher humidity, a little bit more mugginess to the air. There's a lot more cloud cover all across the state of Texas, and this is because of what's going on with the mid and upper level winds. They're moving in from the west and the southwest, and this is bringing in some moisture from the Pacific and the west coast, and we're seeing that initially in the form of cloud cover. This change in our weather setup will bring us more clouds over the next couple of days, and also slim rain chances Monday into Tuesday. Just kind of a quick big picture look at things here for you over the next couple of days. Monday's rain storm chance is about as low as it gets, other than being 0%, a 10% chance for some stray showers, maybe a thunderstorm, depending on if we can break the cap or the lid on the atmosphere. A similar setup into Tuesday, but we'll have a little bit more help with the upper level winds moving overhead on Tuesday, and that looks like our better chance to see some isolated showers and storms. Now, both Monday and Tuesday, any storms that develop that can break that cap or lid on the atmosphere could become strong to severe. And between you and me, just because we're going to have a little bit more help with the upper level winds on Tuesday, I think the better chance of that happening will be on Tuesday versus Monday, and I'll show you futurecast here in just a couple of minutes. Let's check on temperatures. It is getting, dare I say, hot out there. It's 97 at Stinson, 97 in Divine as well. Meanwhile, 91 in San Antonio, 86 Bernie Stage. Look at our dew points. They are up a lot more yesterday. They were down in the teens and 20s. Now they're in the 50s and 60s. So we've seen a big surge in humidity over the past 24 hours. And we've got kind of a divide here. There is still some slightly drier air hanging on off to the west. 51 the dew point in Los Maples. That's still in pleasant territory, but meanwhile 65 New Braunfels, and that's certainly feeling a lot more muggy. We've also got some wind gusts up near 30 miles per hour, especially east of Highway 281. 33 mile per hour gust in New Braunfels, a 32 mile per hour gust there at Canyon Lake. So here's another look at satellite and radar. We're putting radar on here now. We got some more clouds off into portions of Gonzales and Lavaca County, and even a few showers and storms trying to get going over the higher terrain of northern Mexico. These are going to try to move east this evening, and as long as we have the sun up, they could make some eastward progress. So for areas west of 35, I'm leaving in a slim chance of a stray shower for you through about 9 p.m. After that, once we lose our daytime heating, any chance of rain will be done for the rest of the night. Through tomorrow morning, some more morning clouds breaking through to some sun in the afternoon. Again, tomorrow's rain chance is very, very slim. I do think the cap will hold on Monday, so that should keep rain chances at bay tomorrow. But by Tuesday, as I mentioned, with a little bit more help in the upper level winds, we do expect some isolated showers and storms to roll in. Some of those storms could become strong to severe if they can really get going. And of course, we'll be here to keep you updated over the coming days. Tonight, just warm, humid, and windy. Temperatures slow to fall through the 70s. Starting you off mid 60s tomorrow morning, 88 in the afternoon. There's that low rain chance, but I think things are looking just a little bit better for Tuesday. Tim.
All right, Katie, thank you so much. All right, Larry, Spurs heading up I-35 to Dallas tonight for the final game of the regular season.
Yes, game 82, and there's a lot on the line for the Spurs in particular because they have to get ready for that play-in game. And I'll tell you what, Joshua Primo could factor in that game. He is proving he is not your ordinary teenage NBA player, and boxer Ryan Garcia experienced a first last night. Coming up.
Once we found out, I think we were excited, but we know, like, all right, let's keep it going. Listen, brick by brick, every single day, worrying about how we gonna be better this day and not worrying about the future. So I would say we're locked in, we're ready to play.
Lonnie Walker IV and the Spurs have one more regular season game to improve before the play-in tournament in big board sports. The Spurs Spurs will close out the regular season tonight. The Dallas Mavericks game 82, and then it's play-in time. Last night, the Spurs played the Warriors without DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, Jakob Poeltl, and Devin Vassell due to injuries and lost a close game 100-94. The Dubs led by as many as 17 points in the third quarter, but the Spurs clawed back to get within two multiple times, including with 2 minutes left in the game. 19-year-old Joshua Primo was front and center during the Spurs' late-game push, scoring 8 of his 14 points in the fourth. He's cool and calm on the court no matter the circumstances, and thanks his dad for that.
My dad has been telling me that for as long as I can remember, probably since I've been like 6 years old, just next play, and it took me a while to figure it out. I mean, for a while I was one of those players that would just be down on myself for every single mistake, and it would just roll on over and continue to be negative for me. But I've learned that if you decide to just move on to the next play, then there's a good chance that something better can happen the next time around.
Fellow rookie Joe Wieskamp got some extra playing time, logging 22 minutes. He shot 1 for 3 overall, making a key three-pointer to draw the Spurs within 4 with 6:55 left in regulation. He's a great three-point shooter, but has struggled this season. Still, Lonnie is always encouraging Joe to shoot the J.
I literally tell him every day to shoot the dang ball. Like, I curse him out every single time. You know, I passed him the ball at one time in the corner. I'm like, if you don't shoot this ball, like, we're gonna have serious problems. You know, I've seen him shoot the ball during practice 3-on-3s. I'm like, man, contested or not, if he's flicking it, it's going in. You know, so every time he shoots it, I feel like it's going in. So every time he catches it, I'm like, shoot the damn ball.
Shoot the ball, Joe. The Mavs will host the Spurs tonight at 8:30 in the regular season finale for both clubs. While the Spurs are locked in as the 10th seed, the Mavs are still fighting for playoff seeding. Dallas is 4th in the West, and they trail the Warriors by 1 game. So if the Mavs beat the Spurs tonight and if the Warriors lose to the Pelicans tonight, then Dallas would move up to the 3rd seed because they own the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Warriors, beating them 3-1 this season. The Mavericks will have Luka Doncic available after the NBA rescinded his technical foul called on him after the first quarter of Friday night's blowout win against Portland. And the Pelicans were routed by Memphis yesterday 141-114, which opened the door for the Spurs to possibly pick up a game on them in the race for home court in the play-in tournament. Now, once the Spurs lost, the Pels are locked in as the 9th seed, followed by SA at number 10. So that means New Orleans will host the Spurs in the play-in tournament. And that play-in game will go down Wednesday night, 8:30 at the Smoothie King Center. The winner advances to second round of the tournament, and they'll face the loser of the 7-8 game. Yesterday afternoon, the Reagan girls and boys soccer teams both came up short of a trip to state at Comalander Stadium. The Rattler girls fell to Austin Westlake 3-0, and the boys lost to Lake Travis 2-0. Despite the losses, Reagan has reestablished themselves as a program to beat in San Antonio.
None of them have played at this level. For them to get this far, I think it's great for our program and the future of it. And I just think we were hoping to keep it going a little longer, but I wouldn't trade this group of girls for anybody.
I've got a great group of seniors that are going to be missed, but they've at least put a little stamp back on their legacy and on the history of the program. So, I'm just proud of them.
3 teams from Bernie are heading to the state tournament this year. The Greyhound girls take on Salina Wednesday morning in the Class 4A state semifinals at 11 a.m. The Bernie boys open their title defense Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. against Stafford. And the Bernie champion girls take on Grapevine in the Class 5A semifinals Thursday at noon. All games are played at Birkelbach Field in Georgetown. How about this? The Texas Rangers beat the Blue Jays 12-6 for their first win this season, and the Astros are leading the Angels 3-1 in the 8th inning in the final game of that series. San Antonio FC got back in the win column with a 1-0 road victory at Orange County SC last night. Elliot Collier put home a perfect cross from Mitchell Tainer for the lone goal of the match in the 60th minute. SAFC improves to 4-1 on the season and will host El Paso Locomotive FC next Saturday. Last night at the Alamo Dome, Ryan Garcia defeated Emmanuel Tego by unanimous decision, going 12 rounds for the first time in his career. He's now 22-0. And local fighter Gregory Morales lost by unanimous decision and is now 13-0. 17-1. And in the final round of the Masters, Scottie Scheffler is closing in on his first green jacket. He is currently at 11 under par through 17 holes. Look at Rory McIlroy. He went 8 under today. He's now 7 under for the tournament and in second place. He's hoping to stay there, of course. Got a lot more money for him. Cameron Smith and Shane Lowry are both tied for third. We'll have more for you tonight on Instant Replay.
A very wide selection of sports available on the menu today. Thank you, Larry. Great job. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 10.